Here we go. Match number 7 on tonight's card should be truly electric as we welcome 2 absolute slayers to the stage to contest for the world title in the men's left-handed division of 95 kilograms. Let's meet the men who are gonna contest the title here at East vs West 16. Firstly, I'd like you to welcome this powerhouse to the stage. He hails from and is representing Ukraine, where he is a multiple national champion, EAF European champion, and multiple WAF champion of the world. Please raise it up and welcome Oleg Petrenko! Tbilisi, Georgia, are you ready to raise the roof and rip it off for this man? He hails from and is representing the great arm wrestling nation of Georgia. And he is a multiple Georgia national champion, EAF European champion, and WAF champion of the world. He is also the reigning and defending EAF champion of the world. Welcome, Betkili!
Napravi sulisu da karkulat Ashkararum სხვადასხვა რამეს გვასწავლიდნენ ამიტომ მათ ჩემი ნაწერები სულთან დამაქვს შენგან სწავლეს ყველა პონჩი კარგად გამოხვიდე მე კი უსამართლოს სიცოცხლეს რომ აზრი არ აქვს შენგან სწავლეს როგორ უნდა გადათელო ხალხი მე კი უფრო მეტი როგორ გავამთელო მასა კიდი საქართველოს იმიტომ რომ არ გახახვი მე კი საქართველოს მომავალმა დამაფასა როგორც ხედავ რეპერი ვარ მხოლოდ ერთადერთი ვინაც გამოხატა საქართველოს ეს ბუნება და მანამდე ვერ შემოვა ვინო შენში
All right, ladies and gentlemen, left-handed arm wrestling still the center of attention here at East vs West 16, and this could be an absolute burner. We seen at my first event, I think it was more than 3 years ago, left-handed arm wrestling, Oleg Petrenko, Alejan Morozov, and we knew then, after watching that match, that Oleg Petrenko was pretty good left-handed arm wrestler. With that being a war, then we watched the unbelievable rise of Alejan Morozov, and we think about now, maybe the only man that even had a chance was the guy you are looking at in Oleg Petrenko. Petrenko could actually be the second best arm wrestling left-handed guy in the world. And now, somehow, Betkili is in his home nation. Although residing most of the time in Spain, he is a true Georgian.
Little bit early. Trav.
There's 2 things you can take from that, Neil. One, your eyes clearly can see that that was a false start. But if you have a little deeper sight,
it's on.
It didn't feel like Oleg Petrenko cared. My goodness, what a matchup. And I resorted back to Alejan and Petrenko's match, how amazing that hook match was. And now here we are.
We are underway, ladies and gentlemen, and Petrenko secures hand and wrist control, and Betkili couldn't care less. Wow!
My goodness.
It's strap time, ladies and gentlemen, and if you had any doubt whatsoever at home, it is on. Here we go. East versus West 16. Betkili. Oniani, the savage from Georgia. He is the reigning champion of the world. The man he faces is a former world champion from the 105 kilogram category. It's a leaner, maybe meaner, Oleg Petrenko of Ukraine. And this is a criminally intense matchup. Two guys who have no interest whatsoever in evading the other. Both men want this match to be conclusive, convincing, and about power. Oniani with the darker hair from Georgia. Lost the hand and wrist in the first start. Petrenko secured it. Ray, you can feel the intensity coming off this one. Underway we go!
Ooh, great top roll from Oleg Petrenko, takes the hand.
Got a warning there for early start, but I'll tell you what, it was close. The interesting thing is there, though, that Betkili Oniani is not trying to maintain his hand and wrist. No. He could not care less.
No.
Do not blink, ladies and gentlemen. Down it goes.
Oleg Petrenko from the go. Takes one pin on the reigning champion.
I'll tell you what, that was ominous, but it also looked, we got a bad camera angle on that. No, Betkili hit it well.
Yeah. Betkili made adjustment right before the refs closed their hands. He was more riser up and he was just trying to cup, but listen, Petrenko's power is absolutely legendary, especially at 95 kilos, where I even talked with Devon Laird. He said that's the class where he belongs. I remember his amazing reign in 2018 in Zloty Tours. This kid was just an absolute machine. But I don't think this is over for Betkili Oniani. We know he doesn't give up and he can keep pulling and pulling and pulling. The real question is, will that the moment where he lost his hand and he kind of gave in too much.
You know what, Ray? I had
damage.
Betkili Oniani picked as a slight favourite. This is actually the match I thought would be the most tightly contested on the card. Off the evidence of that first round, I couldn't have been more wrong. Absolute decimation there from Petrenko. He looked incredible. And you do wonder whether that strap was a little loose because he gained a huge amount of movement in there.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing. Hand control, power, everything is there. Oleg Petrenko, former 105 kilo right arm world champ, is going for the left-hand title.
What's the anticipation here? Look at that. He goes forward. He connects on the joint of the wrist and hand. Absolutely template arm wrestling. Perfect. Look at this. Blocks the attack. Does not move backwards. Does not move forwards. Moves straight across and straight to the pad. And that is unbelievable arm wrestling.
If you see, he reminds you of someone that's Andrei Pushkar. And we can see a lot of influence in Ukrainian arm wrestling from Andrei Pushkar, where their hand is so dominant that they don't care what's going on. They just hold on and pull you to the side. And that's exactly what Oleg Petrenko is doing. Really fast, moving through the rounds, not taking the whole minute and a half for recovery.
How can you not be a fan of this man, Ray? My word, what a phenomenal performance. And when you meet Oleg Petrenko, he's the most understated, humble young man you could possibly meet. And yet, there's a tempest underneath that shirt. The guy is really savagely competitive. And
listen, I think this speaks volumes about him, because how insanely dominant Betkili Oniani has been in this class. He has run through everyone. The only one that gave him a real challenge has been Oleg Zhok, that we just saw a few minutes ago on a stage dominating Daniel Prokopchuk. And this time, better initiation, jumps the gun, but that's exactly what you need to do. You need to risk it.
And one of the reasons you need to do that, if for no other reason, is to give you confidence. And you can hear this crowd in Tbilisi, Georgia, just rumble and erupt when their man gets a little bit of purchase in this match. And what will that do to the athletes? Do we see a rise in the confidence of Betkili? He's stone-faced, but when you get run over twice, it bothers you. There is no doubt about it. He would have been reeling.
That's one full foul.
It's a foul. Two warnings.
That's what you need to do. You need to risk it. You need to change the pace.
And you need to change the style, which he did there, Ray. Much more supinated, carving into Petrenko, but not sacrificing the hand and wrist the same now. Brilliant arm wrestling. Much better from Betkili Oniani. Oh my word! No way, that is savage.
3-0.
3-0. Oh, it was going to go off there. You feel like that had a lot of legs left in it, that match, because Petrenko was far from done. Look at that again, but better position from Betkili Oniani.
A little bit back on the tape.
Yeah, we didn't get the best angle on that replay, but one thing is for sure, Ray. Betkili Oniani had a much better position there, and he was making Oleg Petrenko work much harder. And what was interesting, he supinated hard into that wrist and hand and bust open his opponent's hand. And I love that move. It's a wonderful move. It's underutilized, but not by Betkili Oniani. And what is even more impressive from the Georgian there is the timing in which he threw it down. This guy will go through the gears. Love these two athletes.
We can hear the support from the audience. All the Georgians are here. They're supporting Betkili Oniani. 3-0, not looking good for the champ at all. But he got some purchase there. He definitely did.
Now, from that perspective, he's got the bad side here, doesn't he? He's got the referee all over his wrist and hand. And the issue is, when he's light on that elbow, can he do this if we go to the referee's grip? I really don't know, but we're about to find out. And
Petrenko's style is kind of weird because he goes full low hand, and the hand is just so strong you just can't get nowhere through it.
Well, let's be honest. I think if that match had have run much further, you probably would have seen a strap. And that's where Petrenko has done his best work and where he's been dominant. Oh, whoa. That was a little early again. And
that was not a little early.
Yeah, that's criminally early.
That was yesterday.
Yeah. Hey, you ain't trying. And Betkili is trying. There's no doubt about that. I genuinely don't believe there was any sinister intent there. He's literally just does not want to give up the world title in front of this heavily partisan crowd here in Tbilisi, Georgia. You can feel the intensity coming off the table here, Ray. Stands tall. Whoa, and again, he's going to end up with another foul if he's not very careful here.
2 warnings. First
Talk
foul.
about nerve jangler, my
Well,
God.
that was too obvious. Listen, that was too obvious. He moved his whole body, went over the center line. Just to
The
get
margin between victory and defeat at this level is so fine. And what a mountain he's got. Can you imagine if Betkili Oniani pulled this back? Can you imagine? The roof will come off here.
Let's see what happens. Maybe the last goal.
Wait.
Oh, Petrenko there, well off centre.
Don't touch my fingers.
Oleg Petrenko, Betkili Oniani, 3-0 for Oleg Petrenko. He's leading this super match for the 95-kilo left arm world title.
And he's only one foul or one pin away from taking the title in incredibly dominant and impressive fashion. And is that another foul? Oh, my word.
Warning. But that, again, that was so obvious. He's running out of options. He just wants to throw his whole frame into the arm of Petrenko.
Incredibly disappointed. Look at the...
Petrenko is getting a little bit more angry. Maybe that's what you need. You're going to get a little bit more emotions. Maybe he'll make some mistakes, but he's been looking absolutely amazing in this arm wrestling.
Yes, he has. He's looked dominant against a savagely dangerous opponent in Betkili Oniani. We know this. Guy's pedigree. He is the champion of the world for a reason. We've seen him beat some unbelievable athletes, but right now Petrenko is just looking incredible. Betkili got tight there. That's surely
full.
Oh, it's another one.
And that's it.
That is it. Game over.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we get the championship belt, which will change hands here tonight, Sergei Kalinachenko is on stage to help with the translation for the new champion of the world, Oleg Petrenko of Ukraine, who was imperious in victory tonight. Oleg, let's get you into the light, mate. Come over towards us a little. Oleg, many people, including myself, were extremely excited to see this matchup. Two athletes of incredible level. And the reason why we were so excited, we found it hard to pick a winner. But tonight, your performance seemed to put a real difference between you and the rest of the athletes in the 95 kilo weight class. You looked incredible. Was that easier than you expected?
Дякую. Так, дійсно, цей матч і для мене був експериментом, тому що я вже 3 роки не боровся в цій категорії. Але він, я вважаю, пройшов успішно. Беткілі дуже сильний, він не просто був чемпіоном, респект йому великий. Він говорив, що йому немає рівних 95. Тепер мені немає рівних 95.
This is category, it's for me experiment. 3 years I doesn't pulled in this weight. And of course I'm very excited for this weight. Before, Betkili best of the best. Now I best of the best in this category.
Now, Oleg, before we put that new belt around your waist, I want to ask you another question related to the point you just made. Yesterday, in the press conference, I asked you the question around how much of your power you had retained at 95 kilo. Were you as strong in this division as you were at 105? And you told me that the table will show. Yeah, we will see today. Well, we just saw.
Ми побачимо. Ти вчора казав, ми побачимо сьогодні, який ти формі.
Я думаю, ми сьогодні побачили, яка в мене сила. Я вважаю, що в цій категорії всім буде складно зі мною боротися. На ліву та на праву руку. Слідуючий, кого б я хотів, це на праву руку переможця Тот Хатчинс Іраклі.
Today we saw my power in this category. I am best of the best in this category, and I will dominate left and right arm in 95 kilograms. He want Irakli or Ton Hutchins. He wanna show he will dominate with everybody.
Awesome, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Goromeza, the European Vice President, is with us, and he will put the East versus West 95 kilogram championship belt around the waist of the new champion of the world here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tbilisi, Georgia, and everyone watching at home, raise it up and show your appreciation for the new champion of the world, Oleg Petrenko!